Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, sir.
I trust everyone is.
Good morning, sir.
I trust you are all doing well.
Yes, sir.
You
Yes,
are
sir.
free from the flood, the aftermath of the flood. You were not affected in a way.
Some of us are affected.
Some of us
Oh,
are affected.
too bad. Sorry about that. I hope it did not affect lives in your association with people.
No, actually.
Okay, that's the most important thing. Those material things, with His grace, we can work and replace them, though it's
Sure.
sad. All right. So I told Sedinam earlier that my power is not working properly, it's on and off. So I'll have a little power in my laptop, and because of that, let me use that to have today's meeting. As and when it goes off, then we'll end it. Or if you are able to finish before it goes off, that is fine. For that reason, I'm not going to spend much time for the simple reason that we are waiting for others to join because the time is 9:15. We start at 9:15, so to speak. Um, I'll just start and maybe give further explanation to your colleagues who may, for whatever reasons, not to join at this moment. I hope that will be fine.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we've been talking about um, information systems, emergence of e-businesses, global perspectives, and what have you. Today, we are continuing with our discussions, focusing on information systems, um, organizations, and strategy. Information systems, organizations, and strategy. As we always do, we need to prepare our minds as to what to expect at the end of this discussion. If for nothing at all, as students, you should be able to know the features of organizations, um, what managers need to know about how to build and use information systems in terms of decision making. What is the impact of information systems on organization? We should be able to also know how to use Porter's competitive force model in terms of value chain model, how you can synergize their competence to help your setups. You can also expect to have some challenges, of course. As we normally do, human beings, we are not um, supposed to stay away from challenges, or we are not immune to challenges. We can create our own challenges and find solutions to them. That makes us human beings, and life goes on in that cycle. So, for that purpose, we also try and see what some of the challenges it poses by strategic information systems and how we should address them. That's how I put it. And of course, you can situate it to your career path. I'm not going to bore you down with other cases. You can do that on your own. So one may ask, if you are following the sequence of it, we are going to tackle them one after the other. Three things put together, which are information systems, the organizations, and the strategy. And we also attempt to see how they relate, the relationship among them. So of course, information system we are looking at the meaning of which we know already, of course, how processes are integrated. Okay. So information technology and organizations influence each other.
Sir, please, your line is breaking.
Sorry, guys. Power issues. I told you about it. It keeps going on and off, but we'll try. Mm. Screen now. Hello, can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Uh, okay. There's a power. It makes things very difficult, but to manage. Just bear with me. All right. So culture, as I mentioned, we define the culture within the organization. As we already know, culture is explained to mean a way of life, how we do things. The same way in your organization, you must have your culture there. Yeah, there's Nathaniel, your hand is up, please.
Please, we weren't hearing you from the start of it.
Oh, okay. We attempted to explain these three key points as we are looking at them: information systems, organization, and strategy, how they relate. That's what we are doing today. I hope that is clear.
Yes, sir.
And we went further to also share with you some of the objectives or expectations that you must expect or meet at the end of the discussion. Did you get that one as well?
Yes, sir.
And I also went further to explain information system as integrating people, hardware, software, data, and processes. Because three things that we are looking at, we already know what information system, what it mean. So once that one is taken care of, we'll move to organization. That's what we were doing. The network was acting up. Can I move on?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is where we were. I was telling you about the relationship that influence organization. Okay. We spoke about the structure, organization must have a structure, either in terms of hierarchy. Okay. You must have that top level, middle level, and lower level kind of thing. And within the organization, there must be a process, how things are done. Okay. And I also mentioned that there's politics in organization. Okay. This politics here, I emphasize that we are not talking about the national politics that we do, but every organization where people are part, you have this kind of politics in there, including churches. It's also part of an organization. Am I making some sense?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Again, I also mentioned that we do also have culture where in our normal circumstance, we explain culture to mean a way of life. So if you use organization, for instance, if you belong to that organization, you should be part of what they stand for, what they put out. Just go out there and be doing your own things. You must represent that organization. And of course, in doing business or having an organization, there are some environment that you find yourself. If you want to do proper management, there are some key things that you need to tools that you can use. It can be SWOT, it can be pestle, and all those things that you can use to measure management decision. It can also part of organization. All right, organization to with IS, for instance, in this case, you can talk in all that. Okay, I don't want to boil it down. Now, we move on to organization. What does it mean? What does organization mean? Organization also can be defined in two or more key terms in the point of technical and behavioral. Taking technical perspective, it's a formal social structure that processes resources, okay, from environment to produce output. A formal legal entity with internal rules and procedures, as well as social structure. That is technical perspective as far as organization is concerned. In addition, we can also talk about behavioral definitions where it is explained to mean it's a collection of rights, privileges, obligations, and responsibilities that is delicately balanced over a period of time through conflict and conflict resolution. Just as we mentioned some of the challenges as part of every human endeavor, we may find ourselves in challenges, and within that challenges, we should be able to come out by way of having at this point. Please, if you can hear me, let me hear your voice.
So we can hear you.
We can hear you.
Okay, so on organization, basically what you are saying is it is structured group pursuing goals. Organization has a business process. Organization has decision-making body. So that is in short. The strategy. We move to strategy. Because of time, I don't want us to go through all these things. Okay, strategy also considered as a long-term direction of every business. Okay. We'll be surprised to see an organization or entity as part of its plans. It will be basing solely on maybe short-term goals. I don't think that would be a good strategy. At least you must have these three. Your strategic goals should be staggered at short term, mid term, and long term. So one of the strategies can also be competitive advantage. You can also talk about innovation and customer value. Okay, and customer value. You cannot talk about strategy without mentioning all these things. So long-term direction, if you start a business today and you don't realize the full benefit of it, you also test to see maybe in the midterm. Normally, short-term goals are set between 0 to maybe 2 years. Okay. Midterm from that period to 5 years. And in some instances, a long term can be, as you know, when the business collapses. And I'm not sure if you are having good um, strategies in place, you end up collapsing your business simply because you always remain adaptive, depending on how the global structures, global influences affect what you do. You don't set up business to remain stagnant. You keep moving as and when other factors, like what the economists will say, all things being equal, ceteris paribus. Are you making some sense?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yeah.
Right. Now, the relationship among these strategy guides IS investment, because if you cannot put your money where you cannot reap its benefits. So how do you relate these three? The strategy will help you to bring the other two together. So information system usage, the organization itself that you represent, or you are leading, or you are working, you try to meet your objective by way of investment. You make sure the outcome is positive. We can also relate strategy with organization by determining IS needs. What do you need IS to aid your business? Okay, if you are to adopt IS in your business, what are you going to use it for? You need to consider all these factors. Maybe you were having a business where you do everything manually, but with the help of IS technology, you should be able to function better than before. So that's the point. So your IS needs is very, very important. And what can IS again also bring about in terms of relationship? IS enables efficient operations and better decisions because you can forecast. Okay, you can analyze things. All right, so basically that's what we are talking about. When output of some units are used as input to others, organization pool market and expertise. For example, we were in this country, right? And we heard of this is not political, but for the purpose of discussion, we heard of collapsing of banks, right? And the reason that was cited was that they were underperforming. I hope I'm right. That was the reason. If there's any other reason, I'm not sure of. They were underperforming for whatever reason, whether they were squandering money or they were, not able to retrieve the money that they give out as loans and all those things, or they were using the monies to do certain things that was not set out for. Okay, so some banks were collapsed. But if you are using IS to do your businesses, you should be able to tell whether you are performing positively or negatively. Does that make sense to you?
Yes, please.
Yes,
In the
please.
same way, if you find yourself in an educational environment as we are doing now, IS is being used to disseminate information to its intended audience, like students as you are expected to be in a class physically, but with the help of IT or IS tools, you are able to achieve this. And you can also measure, if people were to meet in class physically, how many of them can we have at a time? Just opposing that to using technology to meet them. A number of them, more people can join. Are you following the trend?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right. Some because of these flood, if we were to meet physically, people who, side reasons, my things were like, affected in a way because of that, I'm unable to show up in class. But technology is helping us to do it. Even if we are not getting the full benefit, at least we are meeting halfway of it. You see the benefit of it? All right. So in the same way, we'll be talking about, or you should be thinking of the challenges that it also possess. Okay, so strategic roles of IS include operational excellence, you can list them down, better decisions, customer intimacy, new products and services. So if it happens so that what we are already in the market is not what our customers want based on technology, we should be able to trace and revise and produce what suits our customers. For example, if there's something that we identify as far as our delivery of this course is not as expected, from your feedback, we should be able to amend or change completely and give you the best. I hope that is making sense to you as well.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Sir, please, can you repeat the list again?
Operational excellence, that is the role of strategic in IS. Operational excellence, better decisions, customer intimacy, new products and or services, and competitive advantage. That's what I was coming to it. On that role, technology can also help us to check what others are delivering. And based on that, you can also think around it and create something new. That is innovation. Okay. Of course, you should be able to elicit views from potential clients or customers. You don't just get up and be creating things thinking that people will patronize. You fail. If you want to remain in business, you need to solicit views from people out there because of them that you are producing something or creating something. Are you making some sense?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Good. All right. So I've already given you some examples. Now let's do this exercise. Let's do exercise. Please write it down. If you're able to get about 10 of you answering the chat, well, you just put your answers in the chat. I'll be monitoring. How can IS improve university services? I'm expecting to see your answers in the chat box. Did you get a question?
Question again. A question again.
How can IS improve a university services?
All right, sir.
Okay. So at this point, I'm monitoring it. So think about them. Put your. Listen, I'm ending here by stop sharing this screen. Yeah, hello class, please. Those who are joining now, kindly pay through the nose and observe what is happening. There's an activity going on. You can't just enter and be asking, "What's up? What is happening?" I can't hear anything. There's a class activity. What else do you want to hear? Stop that. I noticed some of your mates were even correcting you, and you are still saying you don't hear anything. What do you need that voice for? Guys, please express your views dispassionately. Nobody should appear to attacking anyone. I'm observing some trend. Okay. Let everybody have, free expression here. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
All right, guys, thank you very much for your insightful submissions and inputs. I appreciate them. You are all following and keep it up. Yes, all that you have said makes sense and is adding value to our discussion. Okay, it tells me whatever sources you are getting it from, you are following. If it is from ChatGPT or whatever, you are following. But make sure you read the materials as they have been given to you judiciously and make sense out of it. Of course. So, with that said, we summarize what we have discussed today. We attempted to know information systems, organization, and the strategy when you attempt to relate these three or put them together. We began by explaining what the IS is all about, of which we knew. Um, we also move on to organizations. So did we do for the strategy? So we align IS with the strategy. We also talked about the technology that support organizational successes. And lastly, the class attempted to find out from you your understanding of IS, how it can be used to improve university services, of which you have been giving insightful submissions. At this point, we'll end it here. If you have any questions, the floor is yours. You can ask. Thank you very much. Again, last week, I gave a directive that you guys should form a group and let me have the list, of which you genuinely did that. The rep sent it to me, but I observed few things that I need them corrected. I've already told her to do that. I noticed some group were having huge numbers, of which others were having few. So you need to prune those that are having a huge number to make room for those who are having, like, for example, most of the groups were having 14, others 13. I could also see 12 and 10. So those kind of group, you can prune the highest one and let them also at least 13, 13, 13 will help. Okay. And the organization of the list too is not in best of shapes. So you can correct that one. Please edit it and let me have it, but within the week. I'll let you know what to do next. Thank you very much. In absence of any questions, we end our discussion. Thank you. Yeah, Ampa.
Is there any possibility that there will be any disadvantage of IS?
Of course. Were you here from the beginning of this discussion?
Couldn't make it in time.
Sorry?
I couldn't make it in time.
Okay. That is fine. I've already said this and I'm repeating it. Anything that have human being or human entity involved is prone to challenges. Is that okay?
Okay, sir.
Anything at all. And there's a reason why God created it that way. We need to create problems within us for us to think beyond the box, whereby we can find solutions to them. Once challenges show their faces, we you know, we become worried. But you need to turn that worry to a laughter, in a sense, making yourself useful by way of thinking outside the box, trying to find solutions. Otherwise, there's no need for us to live on this earth. You, as an individual, right? You may think you have everything in place, everything is going on as planned. Without your making, somebody else were. That if we consider some of the key points in what we discussed today, we were talking about some of the environmental issues. Okay. Somebody somewhere will also create something without you knowing it, and it will also affect you in a way. It's been happening. In the same way, in IS, it is designed such that if tools are used properly, it becomes competitive advantage. Okay, but if care is not taken and you don't use it properly, it can also create problems for you. It is just like a fire. Very, very, very good master, but a bad servant. Okay, the same technology that we are using, if you don't know your ways in and out, you end up having problems. And when that problems come, that is not end of the world. You should find out how best you can resolve it. Desmond, am I preaching well for you?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Is there any question again? Sedinam, are you here? Hello, Sedinam, are you here? Can you hear me? All right. So, in absence of any further questions, we'll bring our discussion for today to a close. Thank you for joining, and please take good care of yourself and make sure um, we take precaution as far as these rains and other stuff are showing their ugly faces to us. We love all of you. We want to see you alive till the end of the world. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Have a nice day.
Enjoy same, sir. Thank you.
The melon was here. By you. I am a junior ballet. Then what quite I need a four, but a fool. I forgot it. I got a really I got to go for
Hello, hello,
Hey, hello. We have a drill.
well, and base too expensive. Am I see me?
hello. Steady.
Hey, said now.
Steady
Hey,
now.
Eddie now.
Steady now. How far? You are making noise.
Viva Pessi. Ah. Oh. Viva Pessi. Come there, that there, no.
Hey, Bagama.
Come there, that there, no. Come there, that there, no. Come there, that there, no.
When you come like this, the way they look beautiful. All your things come there, 0%. I'll say my other. Hey, tell me something, my mother.
Is this for?
Yes, let me see the Mercedes bus. See what? Hey, my former friend. Former friend.
I got the bus. You need down. My favorite is Ferrari. Go my house, Yamani. And best kind of fire casa.
They kept this. If on
Nípa
it.
pẹ̀sì.
If on it. I before that going to say you kept. Then you know, make your phone inaccessible. It be the network. Don't you get network? Make your phone yourself. Hey.